Hello everyone. Today I would like to share a couple of coding FAQs from core Java perspective. Actually, I came up with these questions based on my experience of taking and giving interviews. I feel these 20 questions are quite useful not only for interview but also practice purpose. And one more thing is, as you know, there are multiple solutions for each problem, but I gave one simple solution for each question so that we don't get confused. Hope you will find it very useful. Let's have a look at all 20 questions first, then we'll get into the solution. Yeah, the document that I am showing right now has been attached, so please download it. So first question is print 1 to 100 numbers without loop. Usually we'll be printing a series of numbers with using any loop, but here we'll not be using any loop. Second question, capture all email IDs and all dates from a string using regular expressions. Third question, print A to Z and their respective ASCII code. Fourth question, count all words including duplicates from a string. Filter duplicate elements from an array. So we'll be using reset, hashset, linked hashset so that we can also find the difference between three. Print a pyramid, then capitalize first letter of each word in a sentence. Eighth question, print second largest value from an array. Ninth question, swap two strings with third variable, swap two strings without third variable, swap two numbers with third variable, swap two numbers without third variable. 10th question, reverse a string. And one more question in 10th, reverse a string without using string builder. 11th question, print prime numbers, then print Fibonacci series, check if given number is Armstrong, print factorial of a number, sum of all digits in a given number, check given number is a palindrome, sum of first and last number, second and last but one number, like that. 18th, read Excel workbook. 19th, read properties file. 20th, read and write into a text file. These are the 20 questions. Let's take a look at the solution. First, print 1 to 100 numbers without using a loop. So here I created one method where I am passing one integer int n. So n as 1. If n is less than 100, it will be printing n, then n plus plus. I am incrementing n value. Again calling same function. This is recursive method. So where the same function will be calling inside the function. So then n value will be 2. Again, if n is less than 100, yes, it is less than 100, then it will print. Again incrementing n value, again calling same method. That way we can print 1 to 100 without using a loop. Let's give it a try in Eclipse. So this is the function and I'll be calling that method in main. Yes, just running it. So if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have printed 1 to 100 numbers without using any loop. Then coming to second question, capture all email IDs and dates from a string. So for that we are using regular expression and respective pattern. The pattern is this one. For email IDs I have used this pattern, \small w is which represents alpha numeric value plus @ because we have to cover this one. Then again \w to cover this one and .com. So we are using hardcode value because it will not be changing. So for that I have created one method. So that is read regular expression, passing one string is this one, so which is having all email IDs and other stuff along with this dates as well. And using pattern p equals to pattern.compile. So we will be compiling this pattern, then we will be using matcher m equals to p.matcher, where we will be passing string this one, and we will check whether that pattern matches anything within the string, m.find, which returns a boolean value. Then I am capturing all those matches into match. So in order to capture them we have to use m.group, and I am concatenating with tab. So finally it will give the results. So the output should be only email IDs. That is what we are expecting. Let me run this on Eclipse. This is the function, and I'll be calling this function with required parameters. So this is the string that we are passing here, and string pattern, this is the pattern, and finally so calling the function. So let me run this. Yes, test1 @xyz.com, test2 @abc.com. So that way we can capture all email IDs based on regular expression pattern. And so I'll be using same function, but I have to capture only dates. For that we just have to change the pattern. If you see the pattern here, \d, which represents a digit, 1, 2 in the sense minimum 1 and maximum 2. Sometimes we can see only 1 digit for dd, only 1 digit for but 4 digits for year. So for that I have created this regular expression. Let me copy this, and so everything is same except this pattern. So now I'll be capturing the dates. Let me run this. So it captured all the dates. So that way you can capture all the email IDs and dates from a string. So coming to third question, print alphabet with its ASCII code. So I'll be using hash map here. So the main difference is, usually we'll be using an integer or string, but I'm using character over here. So because I'll be working with character, I'll be using this character as a key. As you know, in the hash map we'll be having key and pair values, key and value pairs. So creating hash map, and I'm using initializing for loop with char c equals to, so I want to print ASCII code from uppercase A to uppercase Z. So it has to print A equals to 65, B equals to 66, C equals to 67, like that. So for that I am just putting, hm.put. So put C, this is the character A, and int C. So I am typecasting C with integer so that it will return the ASCII code. So if we don't use this typecasting here, so we will not be getting any value. So it will return as is. So that way, so we can print all the ASCII numbers of respective alphabets. So let me run this. See, A equals to 65, B 66. Likewise, we have till Z. So that way you can print all the ASCII codes and alphabets in a series. Fourth question, count number of words including duplicates using hash map. So this is the string. So fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. So we have to count all these numbers, like fear equals to 1, leads equals to 3, 2 equals to 3, leads equals to 3. Why? Means leads. It's been repeated thrice. That's why. So it has given 3. So that way it has to count all the words within the string, and it has to display like this. So for that I am splitting the string with space and using hash map, integer, string comma integer as a data type, and initializing for loop. So as you know, we'll be using get and put method in order to get the value. So we'll be using get in order to place a value, insert a value. So we'll be using put. So first I'll be getting a value in the beginning itself. If AR of I, so nothing is associated with that, so it will return null. If it is a null, I will add 1 to that key. Fear equals to 1 because it happened only one time. So else, if it is not null, if fear repeats again, in that case I will be adding get hm.get plus 1. hm.get will return 1 because already 1 has been associated with this fear. So again I am adding 1 because when it occurs second time, so I will be adding 1 so that it will become 2. That way it will count all the words, and finally it has to display this one. Let me run this. See, leads equals to 3, suffering equals to 1, hate equals to 2, anger equals to 2. Anger, anger 2 times, hate, hate 2 times. So that way we can count all the words within this within a string. Okay, that is fourth question. Coming to fifth question, find duplicates from an array. So this is a string. This is my test. This is my test, which all words have been repeated. So in that case, so the approach is, so I'll be splitting that string with space. Here I'll be using tree set. So in the tree set, since we have already created an array, I'll just pass that array to tree set. Tree set, my set equals to new tree set, where I'll be associating this this array using arrays dot as list, so that it will get associated with this tree set. So let me try this. So we will be checking with tree set, hash set and linked hash set. First I will be checking tree set. So when we use tree set, so this is the these are the 4 words that been printed, because so it's been repeated, all 4 words have been repeated. So tree set has eliminated all the duplicates but printed in ascending order. Is my test this? So by default it will sort in ascending order. So that is the features of tree set. And coming to hash set, so let's see how hash set works. Everything is same, but I'm just changing the collection, that's it. So here if you see test, this is my, it eliminated all the duplicates, but it is not maintaining any order. That is the difference between tree set and hash set. And coming to linked hash set, let's check. This is my test. So it removed all the duplicates and it has printed the words the way the word has been inserted. I mean insertion order, it maintained an insertion order. So that's why we have we can see this is my test. That way you can remove all the duplicates from an array. Coming to 6th question, print pyramid. So how do we print a pyramid? So I'm just using asterisk here, and I'm trying to print a pyramid with 10 rows. Int n equals to 10. For int I equals to 0, this is the main for loop, and I have used two for loops inside that. So nested for loop, first for loop works on space, second for loop works on the special character. Because so if you see the pyramid, initially we have to the spaces will be more, gradually the spaces will be getting reduced. See here, so spaces are getting reduced, and the special characters special character is being printed by in a incrementing manner. So that way you can print this pyramid. So for that, first for loop is I equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. So in the first in the second for loop, int j equals to I, so I value is 0. So here we are printing all spaces. J value j equals to I means j equals to 0. It will start from 0 until n less than n means 9. 0 to 9 in the sense it will print all 10 spaces in first row. Then coming to second row, I k is less than I into 2. I is 0, I into 2 is 0 into 2 is 0. So it will not be printing any special character here. So coming to second iteration, I value will be 1. So j equals to 1. So it will print only j equals to 1. 1 to 9 in the sense it will print 8 times, 8 spaces, and here I equals to 1. 1 into 2, 2. So it has to print 2 characters. So 2 special characters been printed. That way, so the spaces will be reduced and the special character, this character will be increased. That way we can create a pyramid. So please make a note that in first loop j equals to I, in second for loop k is less than I into 2. Let me print this. So we'll run this. Okay, so if you see here, so all spaces been printed, then spaces are getting reduced finally, and gradually the printing special character is being increased. So that is about 6th question. And coming to 7th question, capitalize first letter of each word. So this is the string where we have to change the first letter into uppercase C, F, L, O, T, W. So for that I am using split with space and using a for loop where I will be using string k equals to AR of I. AR of I is capitalize, where I'll be checking first letter of that word. So first character in the sense 0 to 1. So please make a note that the ending index of substring will be always -1, but there will not be any change in beginning index. So that way 0 to 1 in the sense 0 to 0. So it will capture this one, and then I am using to uppercase method. It will change it to uppercase. Then I will be concatenating the remaining part of the word. So I will just capture this one. AR of I substring of 1. 1 in the sense it will start from 1. See 0. 1 in the sense A. It will start from A to. So we have not given any second parameter. So in that case it will take entire word. So C plus remaining word. So automatically it will change. We have already changed it to uppercase. Then it will add remaining part of the word, so that it will print capitalize. Likewise it will also work on second word, third word, fourth word, like that. Finally the output will be this one. Let me run this. So we have passed this one, and the output is this one. First letter of first word has been changed, second word, third word, fourth, fifth, sixth. Yes, that way. So we can capitalize first letter of each word. Coming to eighth question, print second largest array. So this is a numeric array. So I am using swapped equals to true, that is a Boolean value, and while swapped I am using two loops. One is while and for loop. For int I equals to I is less than AR dot length minus 1. This is I am using array length I plus plus. If AR of I is greater than AR of I plus 1, AR of I is less than greater than AR of I plus 1, then I am using temp here and taking AR of I into temp. Then here I am swapping AR of I plus 1 into AR of I, temp into AR of I plus 1. So finally once this is swapped, I am using swapped equals to true. If you see here, while swapped is true, while swapped is true. So then I am changing that value to false. Once that swapping is done, so I changed it to true. That way, so it will keep adjusting the value. Finally it will come up with a sorting order. Then we can easily get the second largest value. So when it is ascending order, so at the end we will be having 19. So second largest should be 16. So let me try this. See, second largest is 16. If you add one more number here, then the second largest should be 19. Yes. So that way we can check the second largest one and third largest one, like that. And swap two strings with third variable. Here it's a quite straightforward one, nothing complex here. String j equals to Java, s equals to Selenium. I am using some temp. I am just taking j into temp, s into j, temp into s. So everything has been swapped, and finally the output should be this one. And same question without using third variable. So without using third variable, so we are not using any third variable, j equals to j plus s. So that will return Java Selenium. So again we are using substring. So j dot substring of 0, it will start from 0 comma j dot length minus s dot length. J dot length, it's 8 minus s dot length. S is Selenium, 8. 12 minus 8, it will return 4. So 0 to 4. 0 to 4 it has to capture 0, 1, 2, 3. Till here it will capture. As we know, the ending index will be always -1. That's why it will take till 3. Coming to j dot substring s dot length. So s is already Java. S length is 4. So it will start from 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is s. It will capture from s to till end of that word. So that it will capture selenium. J will capture selenium. S already captured Java. Let me run this. Yes. Yeah. So we have passed j is equals to Java, s equals to selenium. If you add something here, so it has to capture that one as well. See, automatically it will capture. Okay. So coming to swap number with third variable. So it's similar to swap a string without third variable with third variable. So same likewise I am using temp, taking a into temp, b into a, temp into b. Finally we can see the numbers are swapped without third variable. Swap a number without third variable. So for that we'll be using some math over here. It's a simple math. A equals to a plus b, b equals to a minus b. You can see the results of that. B equals to a minus b, a equals to a minus b, a equals to 30, 30 minus 10, 20. That way you can swap two numbers without using a third variable. Reverse string. So I have taken a string stressed. When it get reversed, so it should be deserts. So I'll be using string builder. This is also straightforward one. SB dot append s, SB dot reverse. So since we have already created an object with SB, so I'll be appending the string and using reverse, so that the string will get reversed. Finally the output should be this one. So when we try without using string builder, so same string, and I'm using temp here for I equals to s dot length minus 1. So this is the length. I'm initiating a for loop from the end. So s dot length minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 minus 1, 7. So it will start from 7. Temp equals to temp place. So I'm just adding the each character into temp. That's why I'm using temp equals to temp plus s dot char at I in the sense 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it will take 7 first, then I value will be 6, that is E. I value will be 5, yes, I value will be 4. Like that it will take entire word and it will get concatenated from the end. So automatically we will see these results. Let's check this. Temp equals to deserts. We have passed stressed. If you add something to this, it will also get reversed. That way you can reverse a string without using string builder. Next, prime number. Print prime number till 100. So n equals to 100, because I have to run this loop for 100 times, so that we can check whether the given number is, whether the series between 2 to 100, how many prime numbers are available. So int I equals to 2. As you know, prime number starts from 2. I is less than or equal to n. Boolean flag equals to true. So int j, this is the first for loop, and we have nested for loop. In that I am just using int j equals to 2. J is less than I. J is less than I, because as you know, when given number is not divisible by any other number, so then we can call it as a prime number, but it will get easily divisible by itself, then we'll see remainder. That's why we are using j is less than I. So in order to avoid the division by itself, so we have used this less than operator. If I percentage j, so which returns remainder, so I percentage j equals to 0. If it is 0, if it is divisible by some other number, in that case which is not prime number, then flag will be false. So it will run for n number of time, given number of times, then If it find still flag is true, then it will print that number, prime number. So likewise it will run for till 100 and print all the numbers that are available as prime numbers. Let me copy this and give it a try. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, all these are prime numbers. So this is the only formula here that we are using, I percentile j equals to 0. Print Fibonacci series. So as you know, Fibonacci series, the first two numbers should be the next number. Adding first two numbers will give third number. 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 3 equals to 8, like that. So in ASCII methodology we can see that story points in this series only 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, like that. So here in Fibonacci series we will be using a equals to 0, b equals to 0, c equals to 1, and here we are swapping that number and finally adding a plus b into c. A equals to b, b equals to c, c equals to a plus b. So say as we already discussed, there are multiple solutions for each problem. So here I am giving a simple solution so that we can easily remember. Let me try this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. So this is the Fibonacci series. And coming to 13th question, check if a given number is Armstrong. So Armstrong, as you know, Armstrong is, let's say if you take 1, 5, 3. So in order to check whether it is Armstrong or not, so each number we have to take 1 and we have to multiply it 3 times, 1 into 1 into 1. Then take 5, multiply it 5 into 5 into 5, 3 into 3 into 3. So we have to take all those totals, and if you sum up, finally it has to give 153 only. Then only we will call it as Armstrong. So I am initiating while n is not equal to 0, int remainder equals to n percentile 10, as you know. So this will return remainder, and we have to diminish with diminish n with 10, because so first time it will be giving 3 as remainder, then it will give 5 as remainder, like that. So we are focusing on this remainder only, so that we can get each digit, so that we can multiply each of them, and I'm adding this value into total, so that we can check the original number with total. If it is equal to the total is equal to original number, then it is called Armstrong, otherwise it will not be. Let's check whether 153 is Armstrong or not. Let me run this. 153 is Armstrong. Let me add one more number here and check. 1553 is not Armstrong. That way you can check whether it is Armstrong or not. Print factorial of a number. If you see these two questions, 14th and 15th, so the method is there are no much differences except this operator, n into n plus. So here factorial of a number, here addition of the number. Let's say we have to we have to find the factorial of 10 in the sense, till 10 we have 10 numbers. Every number has to be multiplied, each number to be multiplied with the next number, 1 into 2, 2 into 3, 4 into 4, like that. So if you see the function over here, if n equals to 1, so there will not be anything, it will not return anything, even it gets multiplied with the previous number, so it will return 1. But here if you see, it will come to else part, n into factorial of n minus 1. So n 10 into 9. So that way it will multiply all the numbers. Finally it will return 3628800. If you check in calculator, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into, so like that you will see these results. That way it will work. Let me try on Eclipse. And sorry, this is the function. at class level, and we have to call that method from main. Okay, let me run this. The factorial of 10 is this one. So if you same formula with 15th question as well, we are just here multiplying, and we have to, here we are summing up the given number. So I'll just change this operator as plus, sum of 10 is, let's see, so sum of 10 is 55. That is the difference between these two questions. And coming to 16th question, check given number is a palindrome. As you know, palindrome, from either side it has to give same meaning and same value. So let me try this on Eclipse. Before that, let's see the algorithm here. While n is not equals to 0, so n is this one, 1 2 3 2 1 long. I am using long data type here, taking remainder n percentage 10, then we'll get this one. So in second iteration we'll get this one, and last iteration, third iteration, this one. So I am concatenating all those numbers. So numbers cannot be concatenated, so it will get added. So in order to avoid this, I am using string here, string temp. In that I am concatenating each digit. So finally it will take from 1 2 3 2 1. From the end it will capture, so that we can form a digit. Again I am converting that string into long, so that we can easily compare with original number. Original number is this one, and comparing, after processing we got this temp is a string. We are converting that string into long. So comparing those two values, though if those two values are same, it's a palindrome, otherwise it won't. Running this, 1 2 3 2 1 is a palindrome. Okay, if you change this, let me run this. So nothing is printed here, because so there is no else part, so that's why it has not printed anything. So that way you can check whether given number is palindrome or not. Then sum up first and last number and print. So this is the number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. It has to sum up 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8, 3 plus 7. So each time the total will be 10 only. 1 plus 9 10, 2 plus 8 10. So that way we have to print. So let's see the algorithm here. So I am using length of that number, converting that number into string, then only we can find the length. For int I equals to 0, I is less than length I plus plus. So I am taking total of that number. We have to add first number and last number, right? So for that I am using character class, and using get numeric value method, s dot caret I, char at I in the sense 0 is 1. So we have captured 1 plus character dot get numeric value of s dot caret length minus 1. Length, total length is length is 9. 9 minus 1 is minus I is 8. 8 in the sense 0 1 2 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. It will capture 9. So 1 plus 9. In second iteration it will capture 2 plus 8. So finally it has to give these results. Let's check. See, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So each time it is adding first number and last number, second number and last but one number. So that way we can print as we required. And coming to reading Excel, string file equals to, so this is the file path, and we are using input stream FIS, file input stream, where we are passing file, and XSF workbook, the workbook is this one, and we are creating an object for workbook using file input stream, and creating object for sheet WS equals to workbook dot get sheet at, I am taking first sheet, and I'll tell you about this. And int rows equals to WS dot get last row number, so that we can get rows, get columns. It will return a total number of columns. WS dot get row, from row 0 will get last cell number, so that we can get the number of columns. And data formatter, so while in order to read entire data from Excel spreadsheet, so we'll read the data as string. So here if you see string data, we are capturing entire data in the form of string. That's why we are using data formatter, so that the execution will not get interrupted because of the data type and all. So that's why we are using data formatter. So initializing two for loops here, one is for row, second one is for column, and using data formatter df dot format cell value, first ws dot get row using or this one, and get cell C is column. So that way we can capture the entire data from Excel spreadsheet. Coming to read properties file, this is 19th question. String file equals to, this is the path of the properties file, using file input stream, passing file path here, and using properties p equals to new properties p dot load FIS, file input stream is passed here, and I'll be using iterator, so that I can get all the property names. For that, what we have to use is p dot string property names, which returns all property names, not values. We'll get all property names. So it will print all property names. itr dot has next, it will, as you know, it will return a boolean value. Then we can print respective property name using itr dot next. If at all you want to get that key value, we have to use p dot get property of that key. That way we can read the property file. Coming to reading .txt file, so we have two things here. One is file reader and file writer. The only difference here is, so here we will be using buffer reader, here we will be using file writer. So file reader and